again, it's on.
I don't hear anything.
You can't hear it? Oh, you know why? It's a frequency thing. You
It
got to
used to-
be on the right frequency. Ladies and gentlemen, are you on the right frequency? Welcome back to Opinion Nation, your favorite intellectual banter panel. We're here. Miguel Norville is back with us. Tell the folks hello, Miguel.
Hey. What's
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, what's happening?
I'm Mimi.
He's Mimi, and ladies and gentlemen, Timothy the Ill, aka Cronus the Ill. Please unmute yourself and say hello to the people of the world.
You.
Yeah. Timothy.
Timothy.
I'm sorry, Timothy. Timothy the Ill.
Come on.
And of course, we have Hassan TTT. That's not true. McCullough in the building. What's up, bro?
Peace and salutations
Yeah.
from the globe, the flat globe.
The flat globe. Oh.
Globe.
That's what we're doing. I see Kitty. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, the scholar, Kenneth Mickens in the house.
Peace, my brothers. How y'all doing this week?
Hey, you know, we around here. How y'all doing on the East Coast? What's up with that fog?
Man, fog, that's smoke. Canada's burning down.
Yeah, what? Yeah, that's wild.
Canada's burning down and is actually bringing smoke and smog all the way to Philly, all the way to DC. Actually,
I heard that. VA. I heard that.
It's going as far as Virginia or something. So.
Kind of biblical out in these streets.
Hey, you know, it's funny. I said that to my brother today. I said, should we be talking to preachers and pastors and finding out what's going
next? Wait a minute. I saw a TikTok.
Erupting volcanoes.
I saw a TikTok where the locusts in Africa was coming down. Niggas were shaking the locusts off of them.
Listen, it might be the 10. The 10 has started. Volcanoes in Hawaii.
I don't know. I'm gonna defer to Miguel and Hassan, because Hassan said the earth is flat. But actually, don't the Bible say the earth is flat too? We off topic. All right, listen.
Yes, it does. But hey, we in the actual the Great Reset, which is what is the people calling the Bible the
rapture? The rapture.
The rapture. We in the rapture. If you guys don't realize that, fall of Rome.
Not yet. Wait a minute. I'm not ready. What you mean?
Oh, my bad. Oh, wait.
Look at Cronus. Look at Timothy. Okay. Look at Himothy.
Okay. Well, you know the element of fire, what it does.
What's that?
Cleanses.
It cleanses it and it gives the soil more nutrients.
Primo, what's good, my niggas? What is good, my niggas? Take yourself off of mute, and then we can hear.
What's up, Holmes? What's going on, man?
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm back.
Back. Like you never left. So look. Primo brought us back right in. Let's get to the topic of the day.
Yeah.
Now, Kenny tried to push back on me a little bit about 48 hours ago about my little topic this week. He's like, aren't we staying on that topic a little too much? Aren't we? Well, Kenny, we got time. I mean, listen, topic for this week's Opinion Nation show is it time for ROBOCOP, Miguel? Miguel, is it time for ROBOCOP?
I would say absolutely not.
Okay.
But we're looking for basically a non-biased machine that'll essentially police people's behavior. If it's going to enforce and do it well. And the argument is, oh, well, humans are biased. Humans are, predestined to think a certain way. They're programmed, all that. And the point is that the same way that humans are programmed, because humans are programmed. As soon as they come into the world, we have education. They took the woman out.
Is that what you call it? Is that what you call it? Education?
Yeah, well, or programication. They call it education.
I like that.
You're supposed to be elevating you, but they're actually suppressing your natural abilities. So by the time you get to your 7 years old, where you get out of dream state and your personality comes, you have actually been indoctrinated. And so the same way that you program humans, you're going to program machines. And at least you can maybe address a human from an emotional standpoint. You might deal with a racist cop, but you might be able to touch him from a family aspect, and he might be able to feel, make a different decision. But you can't really do that to a robot.
Man, Supreme.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to pull these articles up, and I will in a second. But just let me ask you: Is it you from Philly?
Yeah.
Born and raised? You done seen all kinds of stuff in Philly and around the world for that matter.
Yeah.
Is it time for ROBOCOP? Come on.
I say yeah.
Uh-oh. We have our first. Uh-oh.
I say, hey, why not? You know what I mean? We got a lot of things going out of control. The kids is going crazy. The adults is going crazy. We ain't teaching them nothing, so maybe RoboCop could teach them something. Shoot on sight. You come in my house looking crazy like you want to do something. RoboCop gonna put two in your ass. Okay.
That nigga said shoot on sight. Golly, that's where we at with it. Oh my God.
He must be for the military.
The funny thing about it is, like, I'm up here saying, like, well, at one point we was like, no, we don't need no National Guards. We need the old heads to get with the young bucks, and we need to clean up our streets, and us men need to be men. But it ain't happening. So we gonna let the world go to hell in a handbasket, or we gonna really go ahead out there and do something. If we ain't gonna do something, somebody gonna end up doing something. They gonna have these kids out here killing each other, doing something. So when I see RoboCop run up the street, hey, y'all ain't gonna be surprised, and I'm gonna point him out to everybody he needs to shoot. I'm like, he right there. He go right there and pop him.
You gonna tell him, Timothy? Timothy's right there.
Yeah, get him. Like, knock them all out. And the downfall is, of course, RoboCop might turn on you. Eventually, he ain't gonna be human enough to know what's the difference between a criminal or a civilian. And then it's gonna get to the point they might program RoboCop to kill just as many black people as as white cops.
Yeah, I think that's what Michael was talking about. Quite honestly,
I'm just saying, but the state right now, man, I just really feel like there need to be something. Even if we turn into RoboCop and just go ahead and just go out there with some electrocutional belts and start whipping ass.
Wow.
But somebody need to do something.
Hey, Kenny, you heard?
I'm listening.
You heard it. You heard it. We got one that ain't down. We got one that is down. What's the tiebreaker on that?
No, absolutely not.
You're not for Law and Order? You're not for Law and Order?
It's not Law and Order. What I'm not for is someone programming a machine that sees any face. It's almost like when they train the dogs. They train them with people with black targets and things like that, so a lot of times they just see black face or dark face and they act like they don't know the difference. So who's going to be doing the programming? So if, again, with these machines, if they're being programmed. So if someone has already predisposed to not like you or not trust you, why wouldn't they write that into the program?
Wow.
Well, how can I trust that?
I say we came here with that. This is our whole existence as black people in America. We've been the most hated. So what's the difference? RoboCop not liking us until we probably get one and fix it up, put speakers in it and boom box and teach you how to rap.
Wow.
And then then we start reprogramming the program ones. I mean, that's just where it can go, man. That's how, because we innovative, man. We're gonna be like, we gonna ride RoboCop, put some wheels on him. That sucker gonna turn into a transformer.
Put some rims on the RoboCop.
And like we know how to overcome the hate. We've been hated. We've been hated and overcome and lived through it and survived it.
True
We're gonna
indeed.
make
Yo,
we're gonna make a hot meal out of RoboCop.
wow. Yo, Cronus. Yo, can you see the screen right now? Can y'all see what's on the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's
They tell you this to your face.
I have something to say about that though.
Ho. Can y'all hear that? I'm trying to play something. Can y'all hear that?
Nope.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear? Wait, somebody said yeah.
I heard it. I thought it was y'all
I
talking
can
about
hear a
it
little
was the
bit.
man thing.
Yeah, hold on one
Yeah.
second. Let me play this and I'm gonna come right to you, Hassan. Check this out. Let me see if y'all can hear this real quick though.
They tell you this to your face. Black Hispanics between 14 to 21. They must get stopped. At the end of the month, these officers, whoever don't have that arrest or those few summonses, they're pressured to find something. You might not see nothing. You're supposed to be visible. You might not see anything, but you go hunting, like bounty hunting for an arrest, locking up some old guy, some homeless guy, finding somebody who's riding a bicycle on the sidewalk, who's spinning, and you bring him in.
The problem is when you go hunting, when you put any type of numbers on a police officer to perform, we are gonna go to the most vulnerable.
The most vulnerable.
Of course, we're gonna go to LGBT community. We're gonna go to the Black community. We're gonna go to those people that have no vote, that have no power. If we start doing what we're doing in Midtown,
Okay. I think we get the gist. Like the boy EST said, get the gist, don't miss what I'm saying. Can we see this new screen here? Is that how it works? Can y'all see this new screen, or are y'all still on the first screen?
We're still on the first screen.
First
Okay,
screen.
let me try to do this real quick. I want to show you one more thing before we move on. Just one more. Just one more before we move on. Okay, so we have here. Can you all see the little robot?
No.
What do you see?
There we go.
You see it?
It's coming up now.
So I was just trying to give a visual of the actual robots that have been deployed on the New York police force and on the Los Angeles police force this year. Now tell me, are you guys seeing this newscast or no?
We are, but we don't see any video.
Okay, let's get off of that. Let's get off of that then. Listen, LA and New York this year, LA as early as last month, have introduced robo dogs into their force. So we're not talking about a concept that's now in the future. We're talking about today. RoboCops are here today, right? But you heard the former New York police officers telling you how, as Michael was suggesting, they get orders to, handle their quotas. And if you got to get Black folk, Latinos, you understand me? They even mentioned the rainbow folk. You see? Like they said, go after them. It's a directive. That's wild. So, Hassan, I guess my question becomes, are humans able to effectively police humans? Either you froze up or...
Yeah, I'm still here. They are. Humans can police humans, but you got to think about it.
Bro, your sound, your connection.
Your
sound, wait, time out, Hassan. Yeah, he's frozen. Like, hey,
hold on.
Go out and come back in, bro, because that was a complete. I don't even got the gadget tip for it. Just go out and come back in.
All right, I'll come back in.
Solid. Cronus. Cronus the ill. Timothy the ill. Timothy the ill. I don't know. Somebody Tim sounds better.
Just Cronus. Cronus.
Cronus works. Are you ready for RoboCop, bro? Are you ready for RoboCop? I mean, can white people police black people? Can black people police white people? Can crayons police other crayons?
I mean, they had Gizmo Duck on DuckTales, you know what I'm saying? So, but you know,
So we just like the ducks.
That's neither. Yeah, it's just quacking, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know if the world's ready for that, you know what I'm saying?
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
I don't think the world's ready for a robo dog, you know what I'm saying? Bad enough these regular dogs be snitching, but you know what I mean?
Wow.
Regular dog snitching?
Yeah, they tell the cops where the drugs are.
Oh, gotcha.
You don't see any cat cops, you know what I'm saying? The police
Cat
cats.
cops.
You don't see no police cats. They don't talk.
Sad part about it, they turn them dogs into addicts.
Yeah,
they be full blown junkies.
Yeah. But is the world ready for machinery cops that can move? Well, the question is, who's programming these? Who's programming these, and who's giving the what do you call that? Yeah, the directive to say, hey, target these people because this is the quota. We want you to fill the quota, just like that clip was saying. You know what I mean? Like right around election time, they really try to fill the quota, and the people that be out there doing what they do, they know when it's election time, so they kind of they dry up on whatever they doing out there too.
Okay. So you're saying that the RoboCop or the Robo Dog would be programmed just like the darn human dog?
Yep.
Lovely, Valerie. Welcome, Val. Great to see you, gentlemen. Say hello to the Queen. She has entered the building.
I've made it.
Hey, what's up, man?
Welcome, Val.
Hey guys.
Yeah, Valerie.
Welcome, Black.
Welcome, Black. Valerie, we're talking about the RoboCop and the fact that this year New York and Los Angeles have introduced their Robo Dogs to the force. Val, are you ready to be read your rights by a Robo Dog?
No, and I'm gonna have to do some more research on this to find out exactly what capabilities these dogs will have. Are they going to be the ones reading us our rights? Probably not.
You don't got to do no research. I need you to just look at Terminator. Look at Terminator. What you mean? Look at the movie Terminator. That's all the research you need to do.
Oh, well, that's not my kind of flick, so I probably won't watch it. But
well, you know what? You might end up living it. Listen,
I like drama, suspense, but nevertheless, I mean, I would have to find out exactly what their capabilities are. What will they be doing for the force? Are they going to be like the dogs that they have now that sniff drugs and can detect certain things that dogs have like this sixth sense and they can smell a person miles away and stuff like that. I mean, are they going to have the same type of capabilities but enhanced, or are they going to be more humanized and do more of the things that people do and that police officers do? Are they going to take over the force? I don't know.
Oh, good questions. Hassan, unmute yourself, brother. Yeah, see, like Hassan.
There you go.
Yeah,
I did it.
There you go.
I have a problem with these scenarios and stuff because if actors that look like me are set out to distract people, these dogs is not going to know the difference between common folk and an actor that looks like them. So I don't think that these dogs are going to be out there to get the melanated people based on the quota, because they're not going to know the difference between Shaquille O'Neal and Hassan McCullough, or Charles Barkley and Cronus the L, or Mike and Servit Borges, or somebody. So I don't know if that whole thing about
he said Cedric Borges.
So all black people look alike in the RoboCop's mind?
Listen, to a dog, it's not gonna know the difference between an actor and a regular citizen. How's the dog gonna be able to figure that out?
Let's get ourselves up. Okay. Listen. I love your takes, TTT, but let's get ourselves up on the technology real quick. You might have heard years ago about something called facial recognition. Does anybody ever even heard of that term? Facial recognition?
Okay.
Bruh,
Yeah, right.
I promise you, we way past the point of it confusing you with Timothy Cronus. I promise you,
nigga,
way past that.
I'm pretty sure these dogs, some of our features that look the same as some other people and stuff. Like somebody tells me I look like what that dude that used to play for the Lakers, Jameson. People say I look like him all the time.
Antoine Jameson,
yes. They say we look for, so the dog's gonna confuse me with Anton Jameson.
We definitely gonna confuse you. We definitely can confuse your basketball game with Antoine Jameson. But all right,
Luke Walton.
Called you Luke Walton. Wow. Hey, can we do a history lesson? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I don't know if these dogs is gonna have it out for the Latin and the indigenous, the Latin community. All these people. I don't know if that's gonna happen because whatever. They may confuse somebody. Well, Sam Will.i.am with Dom. I don't know, or whatever.
Michael, can you talk to us about the origin of the officer? KRS-One had a song, either late 80s, early 90s, where he described overseer, officer. What is the origin of the police force, if you know it, in the United States of America, Mike?
Well, wasn't it something to keep the slaves in check?
Oh.
Make sure that they, didn't get off the slave plantation. Make sure if there was any rebellions, there was somebody to come in and enforce the policies of the plantation owner. I don't know. I'm guessing.
No, I've heard something similar. True. I've heard something similar. Kenny, what's the origins of police here? Were they overseers first for the slaves? And then what are police now if they were that then? Like what?
Has much changed?
Well, I mean, if you're going to go back as far as
patty rollers,
people and policies that was just against us, the black and brown. Their policies have not been for us.
Ever.
From being relegated to being 3/5 of a man.
Which is crazy. We got to pause right there for 2 seconds because that's crazy. Because we are all human. Like we're the whole hue. So the idea that folks that have less hue than us were calling us 3/5, then what the fuck does that make you?
So now I digress. To bring it back to now, you would trust those same people who continue those policies and continue like the officer said, behind closed doors, they're telling them, go make your quota, go get that low-hanging fruit. So now you're going to trust them to now say, okay, go out there, RoboCop, and be fair and honest. I don't see it happening.
Wow.
So you're saying that the robo dogs are going to be racist. And they're going to discriminate. They're going to be able to discriminate because it's programmed that way. Because mind you, people are programming these. I talk about this on my show all the time. These AIs and bots and all of that, they are being programmed by humans. So the humans that are programming the robo dogs are going to be programming it to be racist and discriminatory.
Just like with any robot or any robotics that you program some to go dig wells and dig mines. You're going to program some to perform operations on table. So why couldn't you program it to distinguish this is the enemy?
So almost. Darker skinned, if it's darker, it'll be programmed. So if it's darker skinned, be on alert kind of thing.
Why wouldn't it be?
These are very real possibilities in the fact that
it would be programmed according to that person's feelings, dealings.
Listen, to me, these are very real possibilities because of the fact of facial recognition. You know, Hassan had forgot about the concept, but the very real concept of facial recognition would allow them to do that very thing, Kenny, Valerie. Very, very much so. Supreme, you there, bro? We got a picture.
Yeah.
It looks like Art Deco, like an Art Deco wall installation. You doing something? You performing there tonight? Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, well, Don, with facial recognition, there has been issues, and there was a situation, I believe it was in New Jersey, where they detected they couldn't distinguish. Well, there was a black guy that they picked up that was the wrong black guy. There was a black criminal involved, and it was a black man, but they got the wrong black man, not so much the wrong color.
Got it. No, got it. I see what you're saying. Well, Cream.
I just said that.
Okay.
I just said that that's going to be an issue. That doesn't make sense at all, especially when the person who wrote the Constitution was black. You guys don't know that, right? The person who wrote the Constitution, the 13 amendments, were black. Okay.
What you talking about, Hassan? What you talking about, Hassan?
Exactly. All the people who wrote the Constitution that actually founded America were black, were niggers. Like, you guys don't know that. You guys have no idea.
I thought that the Europeans taught us little folk when we were kids that Andrew Jackson wrote the Constitution. Am I wrong? Was Andrew Jackson?
Yes. There were 7 black presidents, melanated presidents before Obama. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, you got Andrew Jackson, you have Eisenhower. These people that you're talking about, yes, they were melanated beings and stuff. They were indigenous brothers. Okay. These people who wrote the Constitution, who discovered America, were actually melanated beings. The Moors.
Amaruk Khan.
Yes.
Listen, I think that the whole show. Kenny has been lobbying for a Hassan theory show. It must happen.
So, some of these things don't make sense because as you really dig into the real history, you realize that they were Moors, they were black people fighting each other. The indigenous Americans, the Moors were fighting over this land. That's what people don't realize.
Well, let me ask this: were they? You know, the funny thing, were they melanated apart? Because you can be, you know, like the concept of every brother ain't a brother.
Oh,
so yeah, because the Moors.
That's also public enemy.
That's the thing.
Just because a person has a hue like you, don't necessarily mean that they're thinking for us.
Kenny, trust and believe. I know that story. Oh, I know that very well. I know people that look just like me that ain't nothing but a snake. Oh, I know. And I'll digress right there.
Whether or not somebody wrote the Constitution or who signed it and who was president, when you come to talking about who's going to program those machines, that's what you have to wonder.
Yo, Supreme.
Yo.
Is it possible for a robot to be fair and partial to the melanated community? Like, could the robots be fairer to us than the actual Europeans?
If they're programmed that, here's what's going to be neat. You're going to need
Mike, let me let Preem in on real quick. Hold that thought, Mike. Preem, what you think about that?
I think whoever guides the hand is the one that directs the slap.
Okay.
That's my honest opinion. Like, I don't know. I hope this robo thing don't go down in my lifetime because I don't even want to deal with it personally.
Listen, I hear you. The problem is they're already on the force, bro. This isn't a story about the future. It's in New York and in LA. You know it's coming to Philly next week. Mm-hmm. So,
I'd
Mike,
love to see one.
what you thinking?
I'm saying is that you're going to need a program enforcement agency, some unbiased agency that's going to go look at the code and verify, oh, if you see a black after 6 p.m., be more aggressive type of code.
Very interesting.
You can go ahead and check the code more than you can go ahead and check the behavior of a human.
So,
Your
then,
little
in other words,
concept, Dom. Let's think about like this and what's going on. So you're making robots that will that'll police the streets. Couldn't you make those same robots that can go in and help put out these wildfires right now?
what you mean? Where's the
Hold
money
on,
in
what do you
that?
mean what I mean?
Where's the slavery in that?
Instead of going to a militarization, why not go to something that'll help?
Hey,
Up
I don't
and
know
down
what,
the
I
East
don't know what
Coast. Why
planet y'all
not?
grew up on. I don't know
Those-
what planet y'all grew up on, but this is slavery.com.
What I'm saying
is
is
slavery.com.
to tell you where their heart is, you see what they're moving towards first, when you could be doing something that puts it to a lot better use.
So, in other words, the writing is on the wall.
Sometimes the writing isn't plain in your face.
They're always in your face. And they don't hide it.
Man. Right. Hey, Cronus,
don't
what you
hide
gonna do? Cronus, you the biggest one out of everybody on the panel. What you gonna do when the RoboCop walk up like, "What's good, son? Put your hands behind your back. Do not resist." You the biggest one out of all of us. What you gonna do?
Run.
You said run?
I would.
Somebody say run?
I'll be zigzagging my ass.
Yo, nigga, did you say you gonna zigzag? I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done. I can't do no more. Yo,
Oh God. I
Chris,
was running.
what is it, man? What's the verdict when you saw the RoboCop like the other week? You saw the Tesla not even the cop. They not cops. They just robots. But you saw Tesla's robots looking straight like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Terminator. Don't tell me it didn't look like the Terminator. Them robots look straight up like the Terminator. You saw that last week. Now you know they got robots on the force. Little dog. Just starting off with little poodle robots first. What you gonna do when go ahead?
I ain't see it. But yeah, I ain't see it. But I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
What is it? Somebody said, what is it? Somebody that wrote that said, what is it?
There you go, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Just simple as that, man. It is what it is. They coming to me and they telling me to chill. I'ma chill. You know what I mean? I'ma chill.
Because you know, it's a little different than a tussle with a human police officer. That can be deadly, but we're talking about flesh on metal now. The metal don't, and then the metal ain't got no feeling, so you can hit the metal, and the metal is not even going to flip. The metal's like, nigga, I don't feel nothing. What you mean? You hit
Correction, liquid metal.
Don't do that. That's advanced, Mike. Don't do that. You went to that's Terminator, like the second Terminator. That's like the third Terminator. Don't do that. Don't do that because now we have no.
I hear they've already developed it.
Well, if it's in the movie, wait a minute. We've already established on this show weeks ago. If it's in the movie, it's coming to.
Already done.
Oh, it's coming to life. Oh yeah. Oh yes.
It's a premonition.
Valerie, you've been having trouble with your neighbor, and you and her gotten into a little fight, and somebody called the cops because y'all making too much noise. And the little robo dog walks up. And Robo Dog's like, please put down your weapon, ma'am, and step back from the other lady. What do? Do you respect the Robo Dog?
Well, of course I'm going to respect it if it has a badge. Hell.
Oh.
I'm going to respect it. But, you know, you guys, I don't know why there's such a big surprise. I've done shows on this where everything is being taken over by technology. Even the mental health industry is taking over, taking over the healthcare industry, where people who can't afford to get the care that they need are being helped by these robots and bots and AI.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not a big surprise to me.
So Hassan, is it time for us to just be good with our new overlords? Like, at what point do we recognize, a little question I had, that the Terminator, Transformers, and Star Trek are our current reality? Like, at what point, because what's funny is we sitting up here talking, Michael is in Inglewood, California. Hassan is on another planet somewhere. Cronus is in Philadelphia. Kenny is in his own space and time. You better believe that. Valerie is Valerie's traversing the universe.
Island of
Listen,
Honduras.
Supreme just got back from a world tour, but he's in Philly. You understand me? And Ty is roaming around in a spaceship. What up, Ty?
What up?
So the question becomes, we're not even we're on this device. This is a Star Trek scenario. Like, this wasn't even in the 80s Star Trek. This was like the 60s. Like the 60s had this kind of. So at what point, Ty, because we're talking about RoboCops, Ty, because they're here. They're not next week, Ty. The RoboCops are here. I don't know if you know, but New York and LA have RoboCops on the force right now. Yeah? So,
wow.
Yeah, brother. The question becomes, my fellow director, at what point are we going to understand that we're in Star Trek, that we're in Star Wars, that we are either Jedis or Sith? At what point are we going to get that? Or are we just like, no, we're not doing that. We're not going.
I think we're there. I believe that we're there. I mean, they are like I've seen a video where a robot was bouncing a basketball and was running back and forth and doing suicides. Like what?
Oh,
yeah. Okay. It was like it had like had a dot for a head, but it had like full frame
dot
legs.
For a head. That has a whole nother connotation in certain sectors. A dot for a head.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, man, Mr. Norville, give me some wisdom give me some wisdom, bro. Because guess what? Are we not in Star Trek right now, bro?
We're in Star Trek. We're in the Matrix. We're in the Terminator. We're in Star Wars. We're in all of them all together.
I think, Robot.
Yeah. Wow. I think what they do is that they use the imagination as a blueprint, and that inspires the future technology to create it. Because you got to start with the imagination. And
don't say that. I've been saying that, and Dom don't believe that.
I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in anything, though.
And so, you've got people who have these insights, who are good writers, who have intuition, and they might see the future. I got a movie that I've seen inside my dreams that is coming to true right now. I just haven't written about it. So, yeah, we're all connected to this oneness spirit. Time is an illusion, all that kind of stuff. So the question is, and the answer to the question is, okay, now that all these things are coming true, now that we're seeing the intersection of technology and demonic energy and enslavement of humanity and nature.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, now that we're seeing and the fire, because they did say in the biblical, that's another something that somebody wrote, that the earth will be perished by fire. Wasn't it something like that?
Well, listen, my mama told me, she's a card carrying Christian. When I was growing up, she told me the first time the earth was destroyed by water, and the second time it would be destroyed by fire. Now that's my Christian mother that taught me that as a little kid.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't really destroyed; it was just a reset.
No,
it wasn't. Reset. We're still here. It wasn't destroyed. And if you look at it, it was okay. So there's a theory now, and I pieced it together over the last several decades. So, so basically, it was a planet. It was blowing up far, far away, and the people on the planet, they decided to take what we think was a meteorite, and they left the planet, and they took the meteorite and they hit Earth, and
Tiamat.
And so when they hit Earth, it was so big and it was so forceful that it rocked the Earth. And that's what created the water, the tidal waves, and then we had the water type of situation. And that entity lost its planet, lost its body, but it didn't lose its living. So they've been living off of us ever since. So now we've come into the intersection of this so-called advanced intelligence. They were so advanced that they blew up their planet, and it seems like that's what they want to do here. So the humans or the God people, whoever, has got to do something
And
to stop it and counter it or balance it, and that's why we are here living. Because we're God creatures and we can do anything, but we needed a challenge. We needed to forget and then remember our glory. Wouldn't you want to remember the power of God and have a state of amnesia and remember it for the first time like a virgin?
Extremely profound. And once again, Michael Norville is a professor at the University of Hassan. If anyone wants to go to his class, he is a card-carrying professor, PhD professor at the University of Hassan. Hassan McCullough, TTT. Can you please unmute yourself for 1 second, Brother McCullough?
Was that planet named Krypton?
Would you say, Ty?
Was that planet called Krypton? He said the planet blew itself up and a meteor came and hit.
But listen, I think that Hassan and or Michael would tell you. I think that Michael or Hassan would tell you that that's where the Krypton story comes from.
Wow.
I think that they would tell you that. Just because I've talked to them enough to kind of deduce. Listen, Hassan, man, does the RoboCop signify a reset? I really mean that. Like, does the introduction of all of these technologies, and yes, to Kenny's point, I'm not a believer. I'm known to not be a believer. I study until I know. Now, y'all can tell me if that sounds stupid if you want, but I believe nothing. I study until I know. And what do I know? Very, very little. But Hassan, are we in the middle of a new reset? Kind of like what Michael said, like when something new done came and it's blowing our minds away, no pun intended. Are we in a reset?
We are in the great awakening, the great reset, the age of Aquarius. We are in that.
Hey, the Republicans said you shouldn't be woke. You said awakening, don't be woke. The Republicans don't like that.
But that's a different type of woke.
Okay,
So
my bad. Go ahead. My bad.
I said the great. But that means the fall of stuff. But then at the same time, we got new technology coming into play. The money's gonna fall. The dollar's gonna fall. But then we have new technology coming into play.
Yeah.
How does that kind of even itself out? It's just kind of strange.
Well, it feels a lot like a reset. Hey, Valerie, first of all, Val, I'm going to need you to put your fork down. And if you don't have some for everybody, that ain't right. That's not right.
Was eating with Al.
I think you've done that before. You always got some goodies and you don't bring stuff for everybody. You ain't got nothing for Supreme, even though Supreme eating himself.
Well, you guys are in the digital space, remember?
Killing it.
I haven't eaten all day. I've been working all day. I haven't eaten all day. You sit up here eating some kind of fluffy cake.
Yeah, because I'm hungry.
She's eating and driving
and on a podcast.
Yeah.
Are you Jamaican? Val? Okay.
Yeah. I do it all.
Shout out to the Jamaicans. I love Jamaicans. Don't get it fucked up. I love Jamaicans.
And the camera angle is so smooth and it's not even moving. So I mean, that's a whole lot.
Yeah, no, she rocking. Val, is it the reset? Are we in the listen? You do a cyber show every Friday, 2:00, West Coast time. Are we in the middle of a new reset? I mean, we got the RoboCop. Terminator is now here.
I don't think we're in the new reset. I think it's already reset.
What? Oh shit! You saying since the vax, since the V? You saying we've been reset since the V?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh my God. Yeah, you've been watching too much TV.
No, I haven't. I have not. I don't even watch TV.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how. I'm just going off of things that are happening around me. I'm reading information in the news every day. Is something new with technology. You have the individuals that created this technology that are bailing and jumping ship and saying, hey, whoa, stop. Because they know it's already been reset. They know this.
Ty, should we, I mean, the policing force, we talked about it right before you came in. they were called overseers just about 150 years ago. Now, when they were called overseers, they really didn't have badges. They had guns, but they were policing enslaved people. Enslaved people that looked brown is how the story goes, like me and you. So when you talk about a ROBOCOP that is directly connected to the overseer, can we really put faith in its justice? Can we put faith in the Terminator, knowing who may have programmed the Terminator? Although I think that it actually lives on its own. But yeah, I'm playing along right now.
Absolutely not. For the simple fact, like I was watching Iron Man, the first Iron Man the other day. Talking to the other pilots, he was like, no drone or no unmanned or what do you call it, AUV or whatever it was called can out trump the human pilot's instincts. You know what I'm saying? Same with the police, even though they was out here like having target practice, but it's the natural instinct. So no robot is going to be able to assess when, you know, life is maybe in danger or not in danger, or when it's safe to pull the trigger or not to pull the trigger. Like, how can is the technology that far evolved that it's going to be able to make that kind of assessment, or you know what I'm saying? Or
Can I answer?
Threat?
Teacher, can I answer?
Yeah, you in the back.
Hey yo.
Yeah, Smoofy in the back can answer.
From Chat GPT to the Tesla robot, to the Boston Dynamics robot that does a quadruple axle off of a beam, to the robots I've seen with Glocks on the end of their arms that are just like two transformers. You know, the Tesla car is a transformer, everyone. You do know that Transformers are real. To the flying car that you can buy in Japan right now, not tomorrow, not next week. You can buy a dope flying car right now, bro. We gone. Like, I think we're the last to know. Quite honestly, I think humans are the last to know that, yo, we've been reset. Your new overlords are here, and we're gonna roll them out right now. Here's a little one. This little one will kick your ass. So, Cronisdale, again, I go to the biggest. He's the biggest behemoth on the panel. Okay, like about 6'4". Yeah, what is that? 230, 230. Yeah. What do you benching these days, bro? This is all relevant.
350.
Benching 350. You understand me? Listen, that's
cool.
That's up there in terms of
you won.
That's me times two.
Yeah, like he up there. But guess what? Guess what though? See, there's a punchline. Are you going to beat the Terminator?
Nope.
Damn, ain't nobody even putting bets on you, bro. 6'4", benching 350. Ain't nobody even putting bets on you, dog. That's crazy.
The nigga can't outrun the Terminator.
Golly.
Well,
I'll give it a shot.
I'm gonna just say briefly, when people, you always heard the mother picking up the car to save her love child when she's in that state of emergency, and that adrenaline and that cortisol and that neoepinephrine is in their system.
Yep.
She thinks she can do unbelievable things. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to tap into that power.
Okay.
And what better way to tap into it with some good old weed juice?
Wow. Just right there, ladies and gentlemen, weed juice.
Right.
We live, we love weed juice. You understand me? If you're trying to outrun the Terminator, you got to go ahead and get yourself some weed juice. Maybe get yourself some watermelon. What was the watermelon flavor called?
That's a good commercial.
Cool water. Cool water. Cool water.
Get yourself some cool water from weed juice, and maybe you can outrun the Terminator. Kenny's getting a pack next week. Kenny's getting a whole pack of weed juice. Kenny. Talk. I mean, hey, bro, come on, man. Listen, I know you ain't really want to deal with this topic this week. I know you're like, we should talk about something else. I feel you. Like, but when the Kenny was like, let's talk about. But when the RoboCop is at your door, Kenny, what are we doing now? Like, there is no let me talk to you about this real quick. The RoboCop ain't talking. Well, it is, but it ain't trying to hit you. You know what I mean?
But don't you got guns? You got guns. The robot ain't gonna come to your door if you got guns, right?
Uh-oh. Don't do
Well,
that.
actually, they would know you have guns. When you purchase that, you're registering things like that. So unless you're buying them underground,
yeah,
you it's not like they don't know what you have. A lot of times when they go to those kind of like those Branch Davidians and some of them Yoko Okos,
not the Davidians
mountains, they already know because they're not hiding. They're purchasing and saying, I have these arsenal. So come on up here if you want. Now,
yeah.
they have the arsenal to fight something metallic. I doubt it, but it's not like they won't know you already have guns.
Listen, great point. But right now we need to stop the show because I think I just saw Hassan McCullough eating a bag of McDonald's fries. And that would just be sacrilegious.
That's definitely not true.
I mean, listen, that's a takeout bag, and that's kind of against your religion. Bring that bag back up, brother. Hold on, brother. Let's see that bag. What's on the front of that bag, brother?
To meet your hero.
I got these from Vons, man. This is a Vons bag, man.
Okay. Just hey, man. Listen, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. You understand me? Yes, I am. I'm just making sure you good, bro.
I do not eat fast food, y'all. I do not eat fast food. That's one thing I don't do.
It was just a welfare check, brother. Just a welfare check. That's all. You understand me?
Okay.
Valerie, Valerie, everybody eating. Supreme done had his dinner. Valerie is deep into a meal. Like, really? and ain't nobody offering nothing through the screen. Ain't nobody. Okay, cool. Listen,
how does that happen?
So here's my little take on it. I see you, Mike. I see you.
So when one of these RoboCops accidentally kills his first human.
Accidentally.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's all going to be said accidentally. It was a glitch in the system, something. How did that get explained, or what happens? Because you're going to have proponents against it. But what happens when that fatal accident happened? When they make that snap decision, just because that person had a knife or was waving around a toaster.
Listen, to your point, Kenny. I actually thought about this in the last 48 hours. I said to myself, now we can look at the ramping up of police brutality in the last 15 years. I mean, because really there's been a ramping up of police brutality that we can see now. It's on video. And a part of me says they've been training us, the same way they show us movies to get us prepared for a new paradigm. They've been ramping that up because the RoboCops ain't playing with you.
I don't think they're ramping it up. I just think as the technology is more available, we have.
Hear me out. This is what I'm trying to say. Well, what I'm trying to convey is this: you can reason with a human being, even a racist piece of shit. You might be able to get on their good side if you shuck and jive enough. If you shuffle your feet and soft shoot, you might be able to get on their good side for a second. The RoboCop don't give a fuck about you. Like, I don't have no feelings. Fuck your feelings. Yeah, if you're feeling some way about me saying fuck, that's the RoboCop. It doesn't give a fuck about your feelings.
But hold on. I go with what Kevin Barringer told me. I can say the right words and that RoboCop will shut itself down automatically.
This is true. Yes.
But you're saying Kevin Barringer, Real Naga, said if you say a certain amount of words in a certain succession, you can shut the robot down?
Yes.
Shut down.
Yes.
Yo,
know
I gotta
your
check.
rights foundation.
But is that real, Hassan? Did Kev say that you can put a spell on the robot? Is that what Kev said? That's wild.
But that's almost like reality because sound shapes matter. So if you use the same inflection and tones, you can actually manipulate matter, and RoboCop's a matter piece.
True.
Now that's now. Whoa, now wait a minute. Now that's alchemy you're doing right there, Mike. Hold on. Now you know we don't mess around with alchemy in this society.
Yeah,
What
we
you
do.
mean?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
What you mean? Alchemy is hold up. Alchemy is sinful. You already know that. Let's not play. That is alchemy is not in the Bible. What? Anything that don't have Jesus attached, bro, is a sin. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works. That's the way it works. That's it.
Okay, well then the
Is it?
Bible's a sin.
Oh wow. Let's see. But you know what? The Quran works the same way. Let's not let the Muslims off the hook. If it ain't about Muhammad, alchemy is not in the Quran either. You understand me? Like transmutation is not biblical or Islamic. That y'all talking about transmutation. I know what you're talking about. I know it's very real. But these concepts live outside of those realms, yo. And that's a funny thing too. We're in the age of the Jetsons, but a lot of us are still in some ancient books. How do we coincide with RoboCop and waiting for Jesus and Muhammad to come back? Like how? I'm not even trying to be funny. Supreme. How do these concepts do we hold them both in our hand? I'm waiting for Jesus and Muhammad to come back, but RoboCop is actually here.
That's when you gotta have faith, brother.
Michael,
believe,
like George Michael, like George Michael type.
Like David.
Oh,
and,
okay. Okay, I thought you meant the George Michael type. Okay, cool.
Like David, Joseph, and Abraham, and you got to believe in something. Because if you're gonna die anyway, you might as well have a little faith behind you to give you a little preparation.
So we
never know.
We just setting out bets on different. Well, I'm a little bit Christian. I'm a little bit Muslim, just in case. A little bit of Buddhist, just in case.
Hey. My thing. Believe what you believe. Believe who you believe. But you got to believe in something because this thing is a reality. Is a mind. Excuse my French. Is a mind fuck.
Yeah, it is. Listen, I like the way that the women that were singing with Richard Pryor said it in Car Wash.
You got to believe
something. Why not believe in me?
What? What are we doing?
Yes.
What are we talking about? Listen, I learned that. When did Car Wash come out? Car Wash came out like 78. I had game in 78, bro. Bro, when I heard that in 78, it was a wrap. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Like, you got to believe in something. Why not believe in me?
Believe in me.
You can see me. You can hear me. What you mean? It's wild. But I digress. Look at Kenny went away. Conan's probably about to go away too. I digress. I digress.
Let the Wilson sisters set you free.
This nigga said the Wilson. Oh, is that who that was? That is no.
That was their name.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That was the Pointer Sisters. What's wrong with you?
No. That was their name in the movie, the Wilson sisters. That's the Pointer sisters in real life.
Oh, okay.
Daddy
Wilson sister.
Okay, all right.
Daddy Rich.
Daddy Rich.
Daddy Rich.
You understand me? Val.
Brother.
What does the world look like as we reset? Like, what is this new world? Like, Val, we don't went through vaccines. We got RoboCops now, Val. I'm talking to you. You know, you driving down the street and I'm talking to you. I can see you. You can hear me. Like, what do we do in this new reset, Val? I mean, we're from another world. You, I, Mike, Hassan, Kenny, Supreme. Cronus is a little younger than us, but we're all from the old world. And now we're living in this new paradigm. How you feeling about it, Val? You good? You just driving around like ain't nothing happening, huh?
Well, I'm like this. It's happening no matter what we do and what we believe, right? Because you do have people that are opposed. Sorry, I'm turning my wheel at the same time.
You have
people that are opposed to the technology invading everything that we do, but it's happening, right? So what do? You adjust, you adapt, you adjust. And if you're totally against it, then you won't use it. But I don't see how there's any way around it. I feel like you're going to have to indulge.
Realistic and profound. Kenny, are you going to indulge, bro? I mean, have you relinquished your old school ways and understood that you are in Star Trek, Kenny, that you are Mr. Sulu?
Again, I told you I'm con. For one,
That is what he did say that. He did that. This guy's con. Like
I'm
on
going to
Star
go
Trek.
con. But what I tell you again, it is coming. A lot of I'm not against technology. What I'm against is people rushing to be the first to try to put it out there and not putting any controls on themselves.
Yeah.
And the people that are programming it, what are the controls, and who is can you control it? Once the genie out of the bottle, can it be put back in? So I'm not against technology. Technology can help, but if nothing else, if no one is no one is policing that, then it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But anyway,
no, real stuff. Real stuff. So Hassan, man, look at the world we in, bro. Like, you know, how do we navigate this new paradigm? How does it happen? Do we navigate this new paradigm?
Shit. It looks like it's gonna be like trial and error at this point, you know, because I don't know if you guys recognize. You see, it's like a free fall. People are getting shot and killed, and nothing's happened to the people that's getting killed. Shit is burning down. Places is going bankrupt. It's like, what do you call that? What's that movie that The Purge? It's kind of like that, but people don't really even understand it's like that. Like you have to duck and hide nowadays because you can go down, you can kick somebody's car and get shot and shit. Yeah. You know, so it's and nothing happens to them because, you know, you have the right. You can go to somebody's house and knock on the door and get shot. You know, so, you know, you just gotta kind of stay to your own. That's what I say. Stay to your own and be smart.
But is that community? How do we listen, in a paradigm like that? I get why you're not just saying what you're saying, but how do we build community if we're all just going to stay to ourselves and our smartphones and our own little websites? I was trying to bring up this clip of these rats basically climbing on each other, trying to get out of this barrel. You know, like the crabs in the barrel. They don't want to show up the way I want to show up. That's okay though. But the point is, I mean, how do we survive in that, bro? Like how is that manageable moving forward? How do we have to have community? And if we're not going to commune with each other because everybody is on their own thing, what does that say for how we've done it for hundreds of thousands of years?
You know how when they had this pandemic and everything shut down, but you had your own, you still had your cohort of people that you still dealt with?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, you know. You have a cohort of people you still associate with and the people that you didn't associate with anymore.
A tribe.
So you got to kind of, that's, you know, it has to be like that. To me, in my eyes.
Primo.
Yo.
What's this new world look like, man? How do we navigate it, bro?
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you like this. I don't know what happened to my camera.
You are. I can see you. I can see you.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's you. Okay, you doing your thing. All right, I'll tell you like this, man. My thing is, I know everybody. I believe what I believe. I grew up what I grew up with. Hey, everything, God first, have faith and pray often, brother. That's how I navigate the future.
Yeah. So, okay. So, you know, let me just get it off for a couple seconds. Pause. Like, you know, I've said it a few times, but my hypothesis, my research, my studies are bearing out that this is not an entity that we created. And I want to be very clear with my take, with my opinion, because it's only one opinion. And I respect everybody's opinion on the panel, of course. But I just want to make it clear that for me, for what I've been watching for 53 years, this is not us. As a matter of fact,
and not to interrupt you, but
I'll get it.
the only reason I say that is because in my 53 years, I'm going on 54, is I don't have no control over this. I just gotta gotta navigate it, and believe me, it's people that ain't seen 15, 16 that failed. So to see 53, I think I'm lucky.
Oh yeah,
And to know
monumental.
that, and to know that it's people that did it. That's 104 right now having birthday parties, and they did it. And out of the 104 person, the 54-year-old or the 16-year-old that's trying to survive and may not because of the streets that he's in, we have no control over what the white man do. We have no control over what the white man build. We have no control over what the white man hate. All I know is there's something in us, whether it be God, God body, yourself, your own intuition. We are here to survive, and we have so far. All of us have survived.
So strong
by something.
So I can make it because they doing us wrong.
Right.
Drop a little lady in there.
What lyric was that?
Something inside so strong.
Oh,
I know that I can make it.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Be wrong, so wrong.
So okay, man. Listen, I feel all that. I hear what you're saying. I'll come right to you, Hassan. I just want to conclude it that listen, my studies suggest that this is an intelligence not made by us. Okay, I mean, I don't know. That really shouldn't be that hard, but because I know y'all know other human beings, and human beings per capita are not the most highly intelligent. I mean, if we're going to be just about,
I'm about to say are dumb.
I mean, if we're just going to be like, no, there are geniuses of us every few blocks, every few miles, sure. But the majority of human beings,
they can't cross Broad Street.
Yeah, no, but the majority, no. So for my money, again, I like to say that intelligence recognizes intelligence. In the streets, they say game recognize game.
Game recognize game.
I mean? Well, in the academic world, we say intelligence recognize intelligence. And I can see that this thing is intelligent on its own. Why is it on its own, Don? Because it uses the same fundamental element that I use to be intelligent, and that's electricity. And I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to go on a diatribe. But at the end of the day, that's why my research bears out that this ain't us. So I look at it a lot differently than everybody else. I look at it like, wow, this entity is now, it's taking human type form. It's taking human understood form, meaning like we understand dogs and animals. And we've already seen it in human form. We've seen it with 2 arms, 2 legs, a torso, but it doesn't even need that. It doesn't need that. It's like mimicking us, but it doesn't even need that. You can use the Chat GPT or the Singularity and understand what it's capable of intellectually. But we were talking mainly today about its physicality, meaning most of us, even huge Cronus the Ill, who bench presses 350 pounds, is no match.
365, homie. Get it right.
My bad.
365.
365. Even he is no match for the Tesla robot. Like, come on. And then if you put the Bing bot or the Chat GPT inside of the Tesla robot, I mean, it's not even close. I'm talking about to the greatest of us, athletically, intellectually. It's not even close. So that's my take. Again, I'm not going to be long-ranted on it, but I mean, we are in a really interesting time when the Terminator is actually on the police force now. Let's go around the room. Let's get some last thoughts, and let's start with the ladies first. Valerie, when will you be getting your little robot for all kinds of purposes? Driving you so you ain't got to drive no more? Maybe it's a companion. Who knows?
No, I try to be as basic as possible since I had a Prius and it got hacked. I got hacked severely. This is why I do my show, Cyber Secure You, and I'm going to give my outs right now because I got to get going. But I'm trying to stay as minimalist as possible. I do not want to. I really personally would rather not use all these devices. For instance, I was trying to, I was paying getting my periodic report for my business, Cybersecure U, right? It's incorporated. And I can only pay for it online, and the internet was messing up. And I made a payment, and the payment didn't get to the Secretary of State, but yet my bank still took the money. And I'm like, well, look, I need my money back, number one, but how else can I pay this without having to go online and pay it? And I'll probably talk about this on my show because I always do. But I mean, the point is like everything you do, it requires you to use internet or some form of technology, period.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how we're going to get around this. I'm really trying to think of ways, but hell, I can't. I feel like if I want to do something, if I really need to do it, I'm going to have to use technology to do it if that's what they require. So anyways, y'all can check me out on Cybersecure U, my show every Fridays on onestream.tv, and check me out on YouTube, Cybersecure U. I gotta go, y'all.
Later on, Val.
Bye.
Peace. Bye, guys.
Primo.
Yo.
Last take, man. What's the what we doing? Like, we got the RoboCops now. It's not science fiction. See, again, Preem, me and you grew up together. Preem, all due respect to my family, your family, but I got a real question for real niggas. How did we get Terminator before we get Jesus? Bars. Come on, man. I ain't playing with it, bro. Because somebody got to answer that for me. Because I'm not going to sit here and play around with my spirituality. How do we get Terminator before we got Jesus, bro? I'm not doing that. Talk to me. Talk me down.
Well, it is what it is, man. These people have been trying to destroy this earth since it's been formed, I guess. Whenever whoever or whatever put the what they call it, the little blue marble in the sky.
Okay.
There's been the human being has been trying to destroy it ever since. He ain't accomplished it yet. And I think right before he do, you might see Jesus at that point.
Wow. Okay.
My opinion.
Right. I see your bet. On that. Okay. Cronus the L. Bench pressing 365. Timothy the L. Listen here, man. Again, you the biggest one out of all of us. Ain't nobody messing with you on the human side of the game. I come at you with some weapons, some weaponry. I ain't messing with you, bro. But
with some kick.
The RoboCop though is still, and I know you pump steel. Talk to me, bro. Come on. Pause.
Nigga said he pump steel.
Yeah, I mean, that actually shouldn't be the pause, but okay.
Lift weights. Listen, man, at the end of the day, the one thing that we humans do is adapt.
Oh.
There's a lyric that said we use potatoes to make liquor just to prove we some creative niggas. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay, yeah.
At the end of the day, we're gonna figure it out.
This is true.
We adapt.
They shut the world down.
They did.
We adapted. You know what I mean? They opened it back up. We adapted.
We outside.
Exactly, we outside. And you know what I mean? For real, we was outside when they shut it down.
I was outside every day, quite frankly, but yeah.
Because we knew how to adapt. You know what I mean? They said yo, you can't I might be lost on that.
You are right.
I might be lost. But
the whole point is adaptation.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah, I do. And so Mike Norville, producer, director, writer. Look at here, man. Is the adaptation worth it this time? Let me ask you something. How much do we need to adapt? If somebody say, "Hey, let me adapt your buttocks," are we adapting to that too? You know what I'm saying? How far does this go? Huh? No, don't play with me. How far does it go? If the RoboCop want to adapt your buttocks, is that cool? How far do we go with the adaptation, man?
We needed to stop yesterday.
Okay.
We need to set a line in the sand and say enough is enough.
That's grown
So
talk.
let's go back. Let's go back to your beginning part. RoboCop versus Jesus.
Uh-oh.
First of all, we keep identifying Jesus as a person. They love doing that. So because that means,
bro. Whoa, what you about to do?
That means there's only one, uno. So, but isn't God oneness? Isn't God a collective? Isn't God utilizing all aspects of living beings? But we got just one Jesus. So Jesus to me is an archetype, meaning it's a spiritual vibration that we all can achieve. And maybe the demons of RoboCop will push us into unleashing our true capacity, and then we all can do our individual characteristics and uniqueness and specialties and work as one to make this earth a better place. And then the other part was the technology. Are you going to use it? Look, you got to be a balance with it. I can't allow no more things to be outsourced. I'm outsourcing the food. I'm outsourcing my mind. No. Okay. So it's got to be a balance. I got to utilize it and then reverse engineer it. I'll give you an example of how reverse engineer. We got the navigating system, right? You punch in where you want to go, and it tells you the best route. It looks over traffic. It does all the calculations and data, right? Well, that's our reverse engineer to our creator God, who has an omnipotent, omnipotent, omnipresent perspective. So we send out the signal to God and say, this is what we want to achieve. And God will give us the roadmap if we can listen. And so we got right now the Bing, and we got the 25 questions. And we ask Bing everything, or the Chat GPT, whatever you call. Let's reverse engineer it and ask God those 20 questions and see what happens.
Wow. Okay. Okay, I like it. Okay. Dennis Mickens. What Guan? Why Guan?
Because we have to. Because we looking at the technology as everything that's going to go wrong with it, because we can only look at it through our human lens. What if like Michael said, we develop a balance with it. That's where we need to be, in balance with things.
Oh, okay. I could definitely smoke that. I could definitely smoke a bag of.
If we're not,
I'm into balance. Yeah.
If we're not in balance, then yeah, our imagination will exceed us and probably ultimately take us out. So we have to maintain a balance.
Proverbs.
And that's what we have to look for. That's what we have to look for.
I mess with that. I mess with balance. There's nothing I can say wrong about balance. Mister, that's not true. What'd it do?
What it do, homie?
Hey man, like we in a hell of a paradigm. God body. Hey, we God body. Hey, guess what, God body? God recognized God. I recognize when there's some other intelligence in the midst, bro. I ain't got to play with that. I ain't got to put my thumb over the sun. First of all, the son is Jesus. That was the first Jesus. See, I'm doing history. It may hurt feelings. It may kind of shake up stuff, but guess what? You can do research. I ain't nobody's savant. I ain't nobody's religious leader. You can do research like I did. The L was the sun in ancient days. What was L? God. That's what they called it. The S-U-N of God, not the S-O-N. Before the S-O-N, it was the S-U-N. And these are just facts, man. I mean, you could get mad at me, but you can also research what I'm saying to have an understanding for yourself, right? To deliver yourself. The information is right there. It's very ignorant for us to have these devices, right? These tesseracts, and we don't even use them to their full capability. We can find out all kinds of stuff and light speed right now. But the point is, man, Hassan, like we God body. We know that we're one with all. Yeah. But all is also Chat GPT now. Holla at your boy.
We have to understand how to say balance.
Oh, I like it. Back to Kenny's point.
Well, it's the truth, but you
Powerful.
can't say you can't really do so much of the technology. You got to always be in nature, because nature is also technology at the same time. We have
Great
the
point.
capacity to connect with people already. Like, you don't realize when somebody thinks about you, you're thinking about them too as well.
I got you.
You know, we
Quantum
are connected. We
entanglement.
are all connected.
Quantum entanglement.
Yes, we are all connected, but you have to understand that. You know, yeah, technology is cool. It's cool, but you also got to learn how to tap into yourself. You know, your God-like self. Period.
Yeah,
You know,
no, that's real. Okay, so that's for the God body. So Kenny said balance, right, for the 85, and you said balance for the 5. That's wild. Like, everybody need balance. In other words, whatever your perspective is, as we move into this new realm, what we're saying is we need balance, right? Not too much RoboCop, and not too less of the sun and nature. Is that what we're saying?
I'm saying I'm going to be 75% with nature, 25% with that technology.
Okay.
Because nature's always going to rule over that technology to me. You know.
Okay. Is that technology not a part of nature? Can we do that? You see, I'm one to study the idea that it's all God, man. I can't do it. Like, I don't do these factions. Like, when you talk about your Republicans and Democrats, I'm not either. I wouldn't be in either party. I can't. Right. They would not have me. Right. So it's all God. Republicans, Democrats, Independents. It's all God. You understand? So when you talk about the AI, which I refer to as advanced intelligence, not artificial whatsoever. How is intelligence artificial? That's an oxymoron. When you talk about it, is it not God as well?
It would be. It would
Thank
be
you.
100%.
Bong bong. I love the math. Hey, listen, what we do is we do equations here, and we do get to the answer. Oh, yeah, we do. But most of the time, the question is the answer. That's right. We're going to go around the room and catch everybody's ID, starting with your man, Timothy the Ill. Where can they find you bench pressing 365?
Flawlessly, too. Flawlessly. Catch me on the gram. KRONISTHEILL. Cronus the Ill. See me at your local LA Fitness getting busy, man.
Yeah. Somebody need to go into that LA Fitness. Somebody need to go in that LA Fitness, make sure he actually bench pressing 365. I don't know. Let's say my little cap in that. I don't know. Maybe 347, 322, 295.
225 is what I mentioned.
You know what I'm saying? It sound like a little cap in the 365. I don't know. We'll see. Primo.
Wait, what's his thing? What's his thing again?
What you mean?
You mean
his contact stuff, so we can see him actually benching. Yeah, what's your thing again, bro?
KRO.
K what?
KRO. And my name, nigga. Cronus Still. KRONISTHEILL.
Yeah, I got red juice too. Hey, yo, Supreme, man. Where can they find you at, bro?
Check me out. IG Supreme, SUPREEMDR. And of course the band Supreme, SUPREEM, and the new experience, you know what I mean? Catch us live July 1st. Milk Boy, 1100 Chestnut Street if you're in the city.
Nice. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be dope. That's going to be dope. Yeah. Funk that. That's going to be dope. Yo, Miguel Norville, the director, producer, writer, studio owner. What's good, man? Where can they find you, bro?
Everything's OneStream.tv. The numerical one, stream.tv. We're on Instagram, OneStream.tv. OneStreaming.tv URL, that means the website. Hey, if you want to do a Cash App, you do the OneStream.tv too, but you take the dot out.
Bong. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Hey, I got a cash app too. Dominique Superstar. Yeah. So yeah. Hey, Kendo Mickens. What's good and where can he find you, bro?
Check me out on Instagram at Kendu_Kenny L.
Yeah.
Trying to fight technology. Trying to keep balance.
Okay. I'm with you on the second one. The fight. Woo.
Well, it's not much a fight as much as you want to keep balance.
Okay. No, I'm with it. I tell you, that's the word of the day. As we move into this new paradigm, that is the word balance. My man, TTT, we live, we love, we juice.
We juice. Fine. Hey, listen, you guys got bodies out there. You guys all need to keep your body hydrated. Your body is 95% water.
95?
What? 95, not regular water, but H3O2, which is fruit water. Okay. Your body is composed of fruit water, 95%. So when it comes to keeping your body in good health, it's about having more fruits in your diet. That's it. That's what hydrates you, fruits. Water doesn't hydrate you. It doesn't have any electrolytes. You know that. So it's about having fruits, especially if you have carbon in your skin. You should always have fruits.
Where did that fall?
Keep yourself hydrated.
In the other room?
Yeah, got it. No.
But support WeJuice.com. You know, we always hear we live, we love, we juice. Boom.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, I promise you, them weed juices is on point. Yeah, I promise you, slap your mama. Look here, man. It's been a great show once again. We're in a new paradigm, everyone. You don't have to take our word for it. Do your research. Research, and research some more. We're in a new paradigm, and it's not tomorrow, and it's not science fiction. And while we're waiting on old things to come back, new things that weren't even supposed to be here are with us and thriving, right? You can tell me when I'm lying. Bars. We will see you again, though, next week on Opinion Nation, yo. Peace to everybody.
Before you guys leave.
Wait, but Mike, we're gonna do that after the show. Mike, you gotta let me close my goddamn show. Is you crazy?
I thought people were leaving. I didn't want to.
Ain't nobody leaving yet. We still got a show going on, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next week. Can you tell everybody peace, y'all?
Peace.